to Dubai and check in with Scott Root. Welcome in, Scott Root.
Holly Saunders with Scott Root.
Tomorrow will be filled with distraction and pressure.
I'm going to fire out a year, and you got to name the champion. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, 120 Sports is proud to welcome in Hank Haney, Gary Player, Dustin Johnson, Jack Nicklaus.
1941?
Craig Wood, one of 5 guys to win the first 2 majors of the season.
How do you know that?
This game's going to be similar to the way the Giants game was. Paying you a lot of money, Zach. You also need to take these guys under your wing.
I heard, Scott, that you are a big fan of food challenges.
You get 1934, I'm walking out of here.
Okay, it's Horton Smith.
Giving you 120 seconds to finish this tray of mac and cheese.
Well, that cover's more suited for Sports Illustrated Kid, by the way.
We got a
Weeks ago that you're getting old. This is your 38th major championship appearance.
Wow.
37 Byron Nelson, 38 Ralph Goodall. He moved up on 3, 12, and a few other holes. They like their chances. They know they're the underdog, but they're cocky, and they want to take Bama down. 43 to 45, World War II. 46, Herman Kaiser. 47, Demerit second. 48, Snead. 49. It's March Madness. Hey, golf wants to play along college basketball. Let's get right into it. They were just announced on Monday evening, and we're going to break down first the top 4 groups in the upper left-hand corner. There are no bracket affiliations anymore. Number 1 seed Jordan Spieth represents Group 1. Spieth, right now, in decent form. People are like, what's wrong with him? He's actually done okay in the Florida swing. Now, Justin Thomas, one of his best friends, Victor Dubuisson, the Frenchman, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, the least consistent player in this field. Jamie Donaldson, he's a bulldog, but I'm going to go chalk. Jordan Spieth, in this round-robin format, all 4 players will play each of the 3 guys in an 18-hole match over the course of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Talent will prevail. Let's go to Group 16, because who wins Group 1 will play the winner of this one. I like Louis Oosthuizen. I'm not going to do all chalk, I promise. The fact is, Louis Oosthuizen is playing better golf than the other 3. You may not know a lot about these guys. Andy Sullivan from Great Britain, Brent Wiesberger from Austria, Matt Jones, who's probably most known for chipping in at the Shell Houston Open to beat Matt Kuchar about a year and a half ago. Louis Oosthuizen is one of the best golfers in the world, and I'm glad he's healthy again, and because of it, I think he goes far here. Unless he wins like 8. If he rattles off the next 5, then we start thinking about it. I mean, the magic number I really think is championships, because the MVPs are going to wash out pretty much the same. Mike's not going to play as many games. LeBron already has more assists and blocks. He probably is going to pass him in every other statistical category. He's never been hurt. Mike, other than 86, really didn't, even though he had 2 retirements. So let's say he wants to play like Kareem and play till 40. Statistically, it's going to be ungodly, better than anyone else other than what Wilt and Russell did. I think you eliminate the centers, and at the end of the day, he's going to pass Magic Johnson, and it's going to be LeBron and Mike.
Right.
And I think the biggest thing we take away here is the gesture of him from the letter returning to Cleveland with Lee Jenkins to this that did not need to happen. This was prompted by him saying, I want everyone to know where I'm thinking here. The transparency is a breath of fresh air, because Michael Jordan shunned Sports Illustrated after a bad cover in '93 telling him you shouldn't be playing baseball, come back to basketball. So he hasn't talked to them in 22 years. He kept his life extremely private. There are so many rumors about him in his public life. LeBron James is the opposite. He's a strong, high-character guy that likes to give back. You know, the fact that Michael Jordan gave back socially for the first time in a long time. I mean, he gave $9 million after the Dominic's lawsuit. Now he's given $1 million per for what's been going on with racial injustice and shootings. LeBron James has been up front before then. So LeBron, I think, will be remembered as a bigger humanitarian. He's already a lifetime endorsee while active with Nike. But in terms of just what's on the basketball court, it's going to be very difficult, but it's possible.
Asked him on camera about Saturday 79, and he said it was just one of those rounds. In his press conference on Wednesday, he gave a joking answer saying, well, I'm here, aren't I? I showed up. That means I must be through it. And historically, he's gotten over bad rounds probably better than anyone. If you take his 5 previous worst rounds of his career, he won in his following official event 3 of those 5 times. There weren't more than 50 people following him. Amazingly, at any point during his morning 18 holes, he had his shades on, which we don't see from him very often, only in the Middle East because of such a bright sun and the sandy dunes that surround this golf course. He was very chatty with the small collection of media walking down the fairway with them today, you would not have suspected that he was coming off a 79 Saturday at Torrey Pines.
Final group for more on the 69th U.S. Women's Open. Welcome in Scott Root from Pinehurst, #2. Has all the makings for Michelle Wie. She's played well in her national championship before, has been in the final group before, Scott. Now we find if she can close the door for the very first time and become a major champion.
That's right, Ryan. Michelle enters the final round of a major championship tied for the lead for the 4th time in her career. She's been unsuccessful in her 3 previous attempts. In fact, she is 0 for 37 in her career at major championships. But she has admitted that she right now is playing the most consistent golf of her career. She is paired and tied with Amy Yang. The ladies are 4 shots clear of the field and are on the short list of best players without a major championship. However, the attention is on Michelle Wie today, a prodigal daughter of a game who has been looking for her to hoist a major championship trophy now for over a decade.
I'm really excited that I have another opportunity. You know, no matter what happens, I know at the end of the day that's what's going to happen.
The storylines if Michelle Wie would go on to win today are boundless, considering her journey from being an unprecedented wonderkin at age 12 to contending in LPGA majors as a teen to missing the cut at the 2004 Sony Open by 1 shot to the criticisms of her parents, Bo and BJ, being too involved, to Coach David Ledbetter making her natural swing too technical, to attending college full-time. Along the way, she has remained true and loyal to her parents and Ledbetter, all of them in attendance today, as are 2 of Hawaii's biggest island reggae bands, the Green and Iration, who are on tour of all places in Portsmouth, Virginia. They made the drive down this morning. They have arrived. They have made signs that they intend to hold up during Michelle's final round. As for Wie, she has been watching episodes of Game of Thrones since finishing her 3rd round. She had dinner at the Pinehurst Resort last night, had a steak, and as she left, Ryan, she received a standing ovation from the attendees within the restaurant.
Scott Root with reaction for the squad.
Kelly, tomorrow will be filled with distraction and pressure. What you would consider the golf course, what they're playing for a national championship. The fact that Mike McGraw, the assistant coach for Alabama, was the head coach for Oklahoma State last year. He was fired 21 days after the Nationals last season. There is a variety of distractions. However, Alabama has a big advantage, not just because they're the defending champions, but they have 3 seniors in Corey Whitsitt, Trey Mullinax, and Bobby Wyatt that have an amazing amount of experience. They were both on the rosters in the last 2 national championships where the Crimson Tide lost to Texas in 2012. They won last year in 2013. And they've been roommates all 4 years at college, and they will move out after nationals. They have stuck together, and it is a big reason for their success this year.
Our Scott Root is in Pinehurst, North Carolina, and has had a chance to speak with Lucy Lee. Scott, what was your first impression?
Lisa, there is no denying the talent of 11-year-old Lucy Lee, who qualified for this U.S. Women's Open by winning her sectional by 7 shots. However, the topic on whether or not it is detrimental to the development of a 6th grader playing in golf's most difficult test on its grandest stage has become polarizing.
You know, I just like to see kids learn how to win before they come get beat up out here.
A quick follow-up then, what do you see should be the restrictions or minimums for the Women's Open?
I don't think you can put any restrictions on it. If it was my kid, I wouldn't let her play in an open qualifier at 11, but that's just me.
It is important to note that Stacey Lewis turned professional after the age of 22 after competing for 4 years at the University of Arkansas, where Lexi Thompson, Michelle Wie, and Morgan Pressel, who all were supportive of Lucy Lee competing this week, played in the U.S. Women's Open by the age of 13, turned professional by age 18, and all are having successful professional careers, with Thompson and Pressel already major champions. Lisa?